Hey everyone! So Buffer Festival was this weekend and it was awesome. Now this isn't going to be my full Buffer video. I did film some stuff at some of the shows and the red carpet, and I filmed some like vloggy type stuff in my hotel room. Still can't do it in public yet. But that was all filmed on my other camera, and I still can't edit any of that footage until my new laptop comes. So this will just be a quick little recap of my weekend. So Friday, day one. My first show was the Apprentice A show, and of course it was awesome. It was great to finally see Dark Troopers after waiting like almost 2 years for it, but it was pretty friggin' awesome. And their montage video of the first 1,000 days was really cool too. I hope they put that up on the main channel because it was really awesome. And then after that I went over to their meetup and got to meet a whole bunch of them again, like Corey and Rihanna and Saskia and Corrado. I met them all again because I had met them previously at Canada's Got Talent. And then I met Joel and Sean and Tim Deegan for the first time, and they were all really cool. And then I got to meet Alex Carpenter, and he was really awesome, and his line was a little shorter, so a bunch of us just hung there for a bit and talked to him, and he was really cool. And then as I was leaving the meetup, I met Shannon and Caitlin, which was really cool. It was neat to finally meet them. And like I told Caitlin about how I was in the audience for her Canada's Got Talent results show, and they're really awesome people too. Somebody should start a count of how many times I say awesome in this video. Because it's probably going to be like 100 or something. After that I headed to my next show, which was Megan Tunges and Mike Falzone's show, which was also awesome. Like they were actually pretty hilarious too. Like I've watched more of Megan than I've seen of Mike Falzone, but I'm gonna start watching him a lot more now because he's hilarious. And then after that show I went to their meetup, which was a little crazy at first because the prank versus prank meetup was happening at the same time, and the line was freaking huge, and so I ended up having to wait in that line for a while before one of the volunteers came and said, "Hey, anybody not for prank versus prank, come with me." And so I got to go ahead and meet Mike and Megan, and they were amazing as well. And since their line was short, I got to talk to them for a while, just like with Alex Carpenter, and that was pretty cool. And after that I went to the Daily Vloggers show, which was hosted by Craig Wheezy Waiter and Grace Helbig, and that was a pretty cool show too. Saturday was day two. Got up early again on Saturday to go see Charlie McDonald's show, which was pretty packed, and that was a pretty cool show too. It was really funny, and his was probably one of the neatest ones to see like on a big screen, because since his was in like the actual movie theater at the Scotiabank Theater, it was really neat to see like stuff like his Duet With Myself video and eating cereal on a movie theater screen. That was pretty neat. And his little first short film, the Apple Tree, that was really cute and funny. So after that I went to his meetup, which again was a super huge line. So when I did finally get up there, I only had like about 20 or 30 seconds with him. But he was super nice, and he liked my my cell phone case, my lost cell phone case, which actually quite a few people had commented on, so that was neat. Of course I was so awkward as I knew I was going to be. Like meeting him I was the most awkward with him, because I had no idea what to say. Like I was in the line, I was thinking, okay, you can say this, and then I got up here and no, none of that happened. I just did the typical thing that I always did just back like when I was meeting people at Canadian Idol, and was just like, "Oh, you're awesome, hey, can you get this picture?" And then I randomly said, "Oh, you were the first person I subscribed to," and I'm like, wait a minute, he doesn't, I'm sure a million people have said that to him. Like, I could have said so much more interesting things, but oh well, that's me. And then after that was a Dorian Dex meetup, and he had a shorter line, so it was cool. Got to talk with him for a bit, and he was really super nice too, and very chill and everything. Also, when I was at a Dorian's meetup, I actually met up with some other people, and by met them I mean that they saw me pathetically standing alone by myself against the wall, and said hi to me, which I thank them for very much. Shout out to Matt and Natalie and Nicole. I would have been very alone this weekend if you guys hadn't managed to coax me out of my, like, steel shell. Of course, I had to leave that early because I had to get ready for another show. And then, of course, I find out later that Dorian and them all went out for poutine. I was like, aw, darn. I should have stayed. But it's okay. Maybe next time. So anyway, yeah, I went to my next show, which was the Fandom Factor show, which was hosted by Alex Carpenter and Jimmy Wong, and it was really awesome. Like, I didn't know what to expect at that one, but it was really cool, and they were hilarious, and they showed a bunch of videos that I hadn't seen before, like the Todrick Hall's Beauty and the Beast parody of Belle's opening song, which was hilarious. And I had never seen that before, so that was pretty cool. And then after that show was over, I got to meet with Alex again. And then after that was the red carpet for the private gala screening. That was crazy. There were so many people there, and it was insane. Like, it even started raining it at one point, but nobody seemed to care because there were so many people there. And all the YouTube people started coming down the thing, and everyone was screaming, and it was crazy, and I was getting pushed a lot. And I took a lot of footage there on my other camera as well. I actually filled my memory card while I was there, so I didn't actually get the whole thing. But it was pretty cool. Then after that, there was an audience party at the Hyatt Hotel, and I almost didn't go to that, because I was like, I'm being super shy and the social recluse that I am. I was like, I don't know if I should go to this, because there's probably not going to be any, like, of the YouTube people there. They're going to still be at their own party. And they actually got to party in the CN Tower, which is pretty cool. But it ended up being okay because I ran into Matt, Nicole, and Natalie that I met at Dorian's meetup, and they let me hang out with them, which was super awesome of them, because I probably wouldn't have stayed at that party for very long if I hadn't seen them there again. And then Sunday was day 3, and I got up early again, went to see Mitchell Davis's show, and again, that was awesome. Matt and Natalie were there, so I sat with them. And after the show, we went over to Mitchell's meetup, and he was really cool as well. We got to briefly talk with him for a bit, because his line was long, but it wasn't super huge, because Grace's line was at the same time, so most people were there to see her. And then came the hunt for lunch, where we discovered that on Sundays in downtown Toronto, most food courts tend to be closed. And after that, I went over to Jack Douglas's show, which was also awesome. He did a live Your Grammar Sucks, which was pretty cool. And then right after Jack's show, I, in the same theater, left the theater and then came back in for Grace's show. And it was amazing. It was like the most hilarious thing that I think I've ever seen. Like, I've seen Mamrie Hart on YouTube before, but I hadn't watched everything from her. But holy crap, is she ever hilarious. And she has, like, comic timing down like that. I still can't get over that dictator joke. Perfect show to be my last show of Buffer. It was freaking hilarious. So yeah, that was my experience at Buffer Festival, and it was awesome. I'm still a bit mad at myself for not actually, like, vlogging more, like, in public and not just in my hotel room. But yeah, it was still super awesome, and I cannot wait till next year. Or maybe even Playlist Live or VidCon, which I know I say every year, but who knows, it might happen this time. Also, I just wanted to give a huge thanks to Corey Vidal and everyone from Apprentice A for making this a thing. You guys worked your butts off, and you made an amazing event, and it was so awesome, and I thank you guys so much. So yeah, that's all I've got for today. Hopefully I'll have my new computer soon, and I can edit all of the other footage on my other camera from Buffer, and hopefully that'll be up in a couple weeks. Again, I'd say bye, but you're not watching this.